Hey guys, Coach Julia Gurman here. Today I'm building upon the foundational core bracing technique that I showed you last week. So if you missed that video, please pause this one, go watch that one, and then come back to this. Because that is where you want to start. You want to be able to find and set your core brace, sustain it, breathe around it, and then breathe and move around it. Now today I'm teaching you another foundational exercise, reviewing how to do a plank. And even though you may be thinking right now, well, that's a really easy and basic exercise, I don't need to review that. I see so many people still do it wrong. And I see people choose a variation or level of standard plank that's too advanced for their bodies, and it can cause injury. It really can hurt your back, even your neck if you're doing it the wrong way, and really just straining and efforting when you don't need to be. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations and progression options on the ground, and then make a few suggestions or recommendations if you find the ground just doesn't serve you. So come to kneeling, tabletop position, hands and knees. So your hips are stacked over your knees, shoulders are stacked over your hands and wrists. Find your core brace from here. Inhale. Exhale. On your exhale, feel your abdominal muscles draw up and in a little bit. And feel your rib cage move down towards your hips a little bit, as if you had suspenders here, running from here to here. A gentle core brace. And from here, walk your hands forward. In order to have your shoulders restack over your wrists, you have to take your hips forward with you. You're in a kneeling plank. Shoulders are stacked over your hands. Straight line from your head to your shoulders to your hips. Core brace on. You're not sinking and sagging, and your butt isn't hanging out back here. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, lift one leg and then the other. So now you're in a full high plank. If that feels a little too advanced for you, or if it's hurting your wrists, come back to your knees, and then you can come onto your forearms and your elbows for a kneeling low plank. So it's a little bit more challenging, I find, than the kneeling high plank. Takes pressure off your wrists. You want to make sure that your shoulders are stacked over your elbows. Your hands and forearms can face each other, face up or down. But you want to maintain your core brace, and then once again, have that straight line from your head to your shoulders to your hips. Sustaining a standard low plank. Kneeling. And then if you want to advance this a little bit, lift one knee and then the other. So you're in a full low plank. All the same elements still apply. Now if you feel that these variations on the ground don't work for you, they may be too advanced, or you're just not feeling right today, lift your body up, elevate yourself. You can come to standing and do it against a wall. You can come to standing and use something in between, a chair, a stool, a box, and do either of those variations. Okay? So you can do high plank here, or low plank. If you're in high plank, your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. If you're in low plank, your shoulders are stacked over your elbows. Core brace on, straight line from the top of your head through your heels. You're planking. And if you needed to, you could always kneel here, just lean against something, either on your elbows and forearms or your hands. So there's some planking variations, some options for you. I feel like anyone and everyone can find some element or variation of a plank that works for them in their bodies. And please know, when it comes to how long to hold or sustain the plank, it doesn't have to be forever. You don't have to go for a minute, or even more than that, ever. You can do short 10-second holds and just do a couple of them so you accumulate time. I start most clients out with 3 10-second holds. They've accumulated 30 seconds worth of plank time. And that short 10-second hold really allows them to find their form, sustain it, and maximize their muscle firing pattern so it's safe and effective. And then they take a short break and they repeat it. So their body's just learning, oh, this is what it looks like, this is what it looks like, this is what it looks like. Versus, this is what it looks like, okay, now I'm tired, fatiguing, lost it. All right, so short holds are, and actually I truly believe, can be more effective than the longer holds. I don't ever work anyone up to more than a minute because I just don't think that they need to. and some people never reach that, and that's okay. I introduce different movements and variations, so I build upon the plank, and I will be doing that next week. But hopefully you got something out of this video. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you find that anyone can learn something from this video and you want to share it, then please go ahead, share it with them. Leave any questions or comments below, and I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing you again soon.